Thanks, Coach. Well, both teams were hoping the rain would vacate the Green Bay area by kick, but alas, it's still falling pretty steadily in and around Lambeau Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oakland Raiders and the Green Bay Packers. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Now a handoff looking right. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. That one good for...
...37 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And a penalty flag is down to the backfield as they finally bring him to the turf. And I'm not sure this is going to stand. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a first and 20. The gun. They'll look to throw. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. Johnson was the intended receiver. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second and 5 at the 32-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Double dog, that's the way. Check, crouch, Greystone travel, Seam 6. 56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. I'm coming. Lock it. Kill. Alpha.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Franks. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski, okay? Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word. Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. On first down, Allison, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
56, Mike, 56, right there.
2nd and 11. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Watch the curve. 56 to Mike.
Back to throw. Franks. And that is incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. And taken right on the 30. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way.
Man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A big play there. 63 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better. Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs. And hope.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Josh Allen able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Ready, go.
Looking to throw. Thanks. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on that.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, here it goes. Here we go. Check, 55 to Mike. Check, 55 to Mike. Come on. You better bring it. Hey, check Mike. Watch it, 55. Go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Franks nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Fielded at the 43. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 40-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go. Check 3.
They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Set, ready. Hey, go on. Hey. Go back. We got motion. Back up. Mike 52. Cut. Zoom. Mike 52, take off.
Looking to throw. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear. But here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on 4th.
Come to my world. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Out.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Now they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
This defense porous so far in this first quarter. They face another 1st and goal. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. 2nd and 2. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, but now it's 3rd and goal.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
He'll look to throw. This is caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for him throughout the game, and that 3-and-out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
35-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 15 Lonnie, 15 Lonnie. Nice, sweetheart.
To throw on 2nd down. Franks. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
Hands to the pilot, 64, weak. Let's go, dude, tighten up.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check. Lucky. Protein spill.
Second and 10. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Trey Hendrickson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready, set.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. That's complete to the former Aggie Jay Sternberger. A gain there of 21 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Okay, ready? 54. Mike, 54. Here we go. Check. Topper.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He sets to fire deep. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Check.
Greystone, travel.
Mike 5-4.
He'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 54 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Ready.
They'll look to throw. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
First down, Raiders.
Ready.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
5.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A big play there. 48 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. It's up and good, and it makes it 27-7 now.
Next to score, Packers 27, Raiders 7. Daniel Carlson, the kickoff for the Raiders.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got. Because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
They'll drop the throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he goes out right around the 39.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Let him know.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On 2nd down now, Allison. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a 3rd and about 5. The Raiders on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, you got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
Come on, sack. 54. Tackles.
Now a carry for Pirine. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. This quarterback now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a 1st down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Taking it in from 24 yards out. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half.
Makes the score Packers 34, Raiders 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo? And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The sack by Jordan Willis.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. He finds his man Johnson. Finding room at the 30. And finally down at the 41-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Down. 18 Gator.
Let's go, D. Tie that left, tie that left. We got three, fellas, we got three. Kill, kill, kill.
80 weapon.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Right. Now.
Now they'll try the jet sweep here. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
2nd and 6. It's caught inside the 25. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And this is no good. Close, but no cigar, just wide right. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
On the double.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
Ready, break.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Joker.
Blue draw corkers. And they go.
They'll run on 1st down. Allison. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
Tight end right.
Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
70, Indy. You're out.
Let's go, Mike. 50.
They'll set up to throw. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I'm coming after you.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
2nd and 5. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
11-yard loss on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Back to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Hey, Haywood.
Check. 59.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Here we go. 18 data. Good. Watch the twist. Check 9. Hunt, 64. Weak.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Throwing left side, it's complete. 14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. They're going to look to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the 1st down as well.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Run for Pollard. Oh, able to avoid him. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
All day, baby, all day. Sponge, 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 sponge. Mike's 59.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Here's J.K. Scott now. And the way this offense has moved the ball. And how about this, a fake? But he will not make the first down marker. That'll be a turnover on downs. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That good for 22 and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield, and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
General West. Hey, Echo.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
Now.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find a good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
It's a big play that time for the Packers. 48 yards.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Tighten up.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Leo! Get it!
Looking to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. Johnson's got it complete. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Check 59, Mike.
Ready?
He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today. But on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Taken from just outside the 30. Now, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Jim, pilot, 64, weak.
Twist.
Go.
On 1st down, Chandler, and able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Check 26, check 26.
At the 4-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Chandler, able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
SOS.
Big grip.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be first and goal.
Let's go now. 18 Gators.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They come out here in the eye.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Oh, no dice there. That is excellent penetration. They give him no lane whatsoever to try and sneak the football across, and in fact, he'll wind up losing ground on first down.
Ready. Tenn logo.
59, Mike to 59. Let's go, defense. Our time. This our
Greystone travel.
Same. Check 31, check 31.
Set, go.
On second down, Allison. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Raiders get a score closer. They were able to push him backwards on first down, but this time he forces his way in.
I wonder if he went back to the huddle and said, guys, just a little bit more help, and I can get it done on this one. Maybe even overruled the play call from the sideline, just feeling like he had that opportunity, and he wanted to cash it in.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen. Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Second and 9 now. Looking deep downfield. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 20. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
Snap.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And all the way down to the 39. A big play that time for the Raiders. 42 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Ready?
59. Mike 59. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Get it.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Safe, baby. Safe, baby.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. They'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Hey, lock it.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59.
Hey, Sam off. Ready?
He'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. So first and 10 now from the 30.
Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go. Here we go.
Here's Pollard, and an alley to run. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Packers. Tony Pollard ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. The extra point splits the uprights, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. Second and 1. Wide open receiver complete. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll look to throw here. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Here we go. 15, run it. 15 line.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 45-yard line.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Packers are winners here as we say so long from Lambeau.